This is Mike Gillen, Pitcher Perfect, doing a quick pitching analysis of Eli, comparing him with Sonny Gray. Okay, so let's take them into their leg kicks, or actually just before leg kick. Right there, and right there. Okay, so one major factor is momentum. I would say that most kids I see kind of struggle with that. Either they just don't know, or they were taught that whole balance point thing. I'm not sure actually on which is which here with Eli, but he's basically not moving his body into his leg kick. Okay, so watch on the background of Sonny's how the post behind him, he's going to close that gap as he lifts his leg. Okay, so he kind of shifted his weight, and I call it tipping the bowling ball. You just tip the bowling ball down the hill, and it'll pick up speed on its own. Now, you're going to have to create that a little bit more as a pitcher, and really what you do after this point is lower your center of gravity and just bend your back knee, and that's considered a force multiplier. Meaning once you tip the bowling ball, once you get going, and then you sit, you're going to pick up speed. And then if you combine those two, you're going to help in gaining a little bit more stride length, and that's pretty much what I'm seeing here with Eli. He's not really getting anything going, not really sitting into it at all, which, and I don't want to be overly critical, 10 years old, so he's going to have to learn this through the drills we do, and we're at this point, we're really just working on the beginning and the middle portions, which is the front leg stability. And then also now we've kind of gotten a little bit more into starting to figure out separation and syncing up your feet and getting them on time. But then once he really locks those down and feels those, then we'll move into momentum and shifting weight into those two positions we've been working on. So watch Eli and how he doesn't go anywhere when he lifts. Okay, so there's no momentum into that. And that's the thing. So from there, it's going to be hard to create that momentum. Usually what kids do, they'll sit over the mound, over the rubber, or they'll start to reach with their front side and their front foot, and that's what you'll see in his next move. So let's move him past that point. So even once he's out of leg kick, he still hasn't gone anywhere. So once again, it's going to be tough to gain that stride length. And then watch him. And really, if you look at his head isn't moving. Let's see when his head starts to actually move. Right there is when he's finally starting to get going, and he's almost done with his leg kick, and the leg's going to be just put on the ground. So watch Sonny and how he tipped the bowling ball a little bit, got himself to move, and then watch his move after this. He's going to sit a little lower into this thing. Also, you can use use the fence line in the background. Watch how far down he gets as he's going, and he's really going toward home plate and down to the ground at the same rates. Take him all the way in the front foot strike, and then let's take Eli a little farther. And then notice the foot just kind of comes down. And notice also the back foot. So that's that foot sync we were working on, to sync up your feet and have them almost think of it like a windshield wiper, like they're both moving and they're both going. So learning that, and I think I just showed him that the other day. So once again, trying to hammer home the feet and making sure the feet are like a cord to a lamp. The lamp, let's say the lamp has, it's an LED, it's the greatest lamp in the world, but if it doesn't have a cord to connect to the wall, then it's pretty useless at that point. So I want to be able to sync everything up with my feet, and if my feet are good, then everything else is gonna be easier to fall into place. So let's take him past this point. I do like the fact that look at the front leg, and he's actually kind of using that a little bit to get rid of the ball. He's just not low. He's not into the throw at all with his legs. So that's actually a good thing. But kind of almost like he's coming, because he wasn't low, he's kind of coming over, call it going over the rainbow, pretty much. He's kind of going over it instead of through it. Whereas Sonny is separating, going through the throw, and then finishing. So yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. So and when here, let me take it back. And so my goal, and we've talked about this, is at that point, at that ball release, let's see if I can get him to be over his front foot like you see with Sonny. He's got that Pac-Man angle, forward trunk tilt. So looks like around 91. And if you look at Eli, so yeah, so mouth is wide open. So like I said, my goal for all pitchers when they come through here is to see if I can get that number to go lower. And mainly, I mean, you're going to have more velocity that way, but also arm health. Like if you can get that torso to get going and get moving, then it's your arm is not working as hard now to release the baseball. So, but like I said, learning the front leg, learning hip and shoulder separation, and then also once we get that, to learn how to move the body and shift the weight into our leg kick. And once again, just kind of just shifting it. It's not a fast move. It's just, hey, can I just creep out there a little bit? And then once I feel that going, then I'm going to sit down and then sit, and then let's see if I can sink my feet up. So all learnable. I think Eli is actually picking this stuff up fairly well. So and quick. So I don't see it taking all that long for him, because I show him some stuff. He struggles for a couple throws and then starts to figure things out. So that's a good sign. But so yeah, any questions on this, guys? Please let me know. Text me, call me, email me, and I think we'll get together at some point this week.